Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm going to tell about some of my opinions on fanfiction, some of my favorite types of fanfiction, the pros and cons which I think need to be kept in mind while writing fanfiction or reading fanfiction or indulging in fanfiction as a whole, and also some of my favorite fandoms which I'm a part of and I like reading fanfiction, and I've said fanfiction like a million times now itself. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so if you don't actually know what fanfiction is, don't worry, I'm going to tell you now. Fanfiction is just this healthy way of expressing your views about a fandom in which you are a part. It might be a fandom for a TV series or a book series or just books in general or shows in general. It's just that when the author or the creator of the universe out there, that is a book or a series, has ended that book or series, what happens is that the fans, they are not able to come out of this world. So as like just like a justice for the fandom or the series as a whole, the fans start writing certain stories of their own after the end happens, and they are always so cute, so sarcastic at times, so funny. And funny fanfiction is the one which I love the most, and I read funny fanfiction a lot. It's funny that one of my viewers asked me to make a video on fanfiction just because for the past 1 month or so I've been indulged a lot in fanfiction after watching Shadowhunters. I'm not shut up yet about speaking about that series because I just loved it, and after that it made my love for the books even more. So I'm reading a lot more fanfiction everywhere. Instagram, not Facebook that much, Tumblr, Twitter and Pinterest. These are the four main sources for me where I read fanfiction, especially Tumblr, because there's a ton of stuff out there, guys. You have to go and check it out. So now I'm going to speak about some of the specific types of fanfiction which I like a lot. The first type of fanfiction is headcanon. Okay, headcanon is a type of fanfiction in which there is this huge fandom for a particular thing, and what happens is that there is this certain specific thing which happened in that series or books, and most part of the fandom, they just accept what has happened, but there's this individual person or a group of people who think that that was not right, so I'm going to alter the story in my head, hence a head canon, and they just post it as a fanfiction. What happens now is that the original thing that happened in the book or series was good, but this chunk that has been altered by the fan, it's not that much appreciated and loved by the other fans in the fandom, and it becomes like a controversial topic. Okay, controversy, that's the main thing when it comes to a headcanon, because most people don't accept it, yet there is this single person who's not able to take what is actually there, and they have made stuff for themselves up and they are living with that reality. That's headcanon. It's mainly so fun because it's controversial, because there are these lot of clashes of opinion, and most of the times it's funny to take part in headcanon conversations, and it's just a lot of there are a lot of jokes cracked up. Sometimes it becomes negative also. At those times they are not good because they just try and target certain people, which is not at all healthy when it comes to social media. But headcanons, I like them a lot. The next type of fanfiction which I like a lot is crossover. Okay, from the name itself it is very obvious, right? Crossover, that is between two different fandoms. There is this crossover of characters and like conversations going between the characters and such. One of the funniest conversations in a crossover which I've read in fanfiction was between the Harry Potter series and the Mortal Instruments series. Now there is this conversation between the wizards and Magnus. Okay, the wizards say that you are actually part of the shadow world, and we are all wizards, we can do magic. And Magnus is usual as his smug self, saying that I can also do magic, so technically I'm also a wizard, something like that. And I also like certain fanfictions in which certain characters that are similar in both fandoms, they are put together. Okay, for example, Isabel and Hermione, it was like a crossover between Harry Potter and Mortal Instruments again, and they have this conversation. Both of them are extremely brilliant, and they are like the main female characters, if you ask me. In the Shadowhunters, the Mortal Instruments series, Clare is actually the main character, but Isabel for me is stronger, if you ask me. And this conversation was nice because crossovers, even in a series which we watch, I watch Flash regularly, and there is this crossover in Flash always that happens at least once in 2 seasons or every season, in which they cross over Flash and the Arrow of Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, something like that. I don't watch the other series, but it's fun just to watch those crossovers happen, because it's not the mundane normal characters which we always see in the fandom, but different characters from different fandoms, but they all converse together. How to say? They all talk with each other. That's so fun. You have to try and read crossover fanfiction if you want to enjoy it. The next type of fanfiction is conversations. Okay, this is also obvious. It's just like interactions between different characters, mostly within the same series. Since you know, I watched Shadowhunters and I just loved it. I've been binging through all the fanfiction that I'm getting every other place. There are these conversations between Jace and Simon, between Magnus and Alec. Magnus and Alec, they are like all over the place, okay? And most of them are so romantic even to read about. I'll try to leave some screenshots here so you can check them out if you want to. You can find a lot of these conversation type of fanfiction in Tumblr and Pinterest. They are all fun, okay? Most of them fanfiction is just for fun and not about the feels and everything. You just have to go there, read those and just enjoy. I like doing that, and I also I've made it a habit of reading at least some fanfiction every day, because it just cools down the mind and puts you in a good place, bright place, so that you can carry forward with a positive attitude. And that's a good thing if you ask me when it comes to conversation fanfiction. The last type of fanfiction which I like a lot is alternate universe. Okay, in alternate universe fanfictions, what happens is that we have the normal cast of characters. Okay, they are just going on with their normal lives, but what happens is that they are not in the actual universe. They are in this alternate dimension where all the characters are the same, but they behave in different ways. They don't act like themselves. For this also, I think, sorry for making so many Shadowhunter reference, guys, because it has everything if you ask me, if you have to enjoy as a fan after reading the books. And it is season 1 episode 10 that the concept of this episode itself is just alternate universe. It was so fun. I think the writers for that episode particularly must have been very ardent fans of the universe, and they wanted to write a fanfiction. That's one of the best examples if you ask me when it comes to fanfiction and alternate universe, because it is so good to read and it's also so fun to watch. That particular episode, it's also fun to watch. Just go and try it out, because alternate universe is something, everything in the world exists there also, but everything exists in a different way. If you see Sai in an alternate universe, I might not be a reader at all. I might be a person who's very much interested in sports and such, which is not at all possible here. And it's like that kind of things. I think you can understand from the example that I said of myself. It's just fun to read those conversations and so those stuff going on in an alternate universe. Now let's see certain pros which I think when it comes to fan fiction. The first pro, if you ask me, is something which every fan will accept, and it is that it opens new doors. Okay, there are certain things which are said by the author, and we might be craving for certain things more from that particular thing. For example, while reading Harry Potter itself, I wanted to know the backstory of Ron and Hermione a lot. We just get the backstory of Harry alone and that of Neville in chunks and pieces, but we don't get the backstory of all the main characters, which is not that easily possible. But when it comes to fanfiction, we have this freedom to imagine make-up stories for the characters which we love, make-up stories which we actually like to have happened. That is a healthy thing if you ask me, and I like that, because that's a main pro when it comes to fanfiction. The next one is that the story not actually ends. Okay, when it comes to fanfiction, the series has ended only then the fanfiction has started happening. The people that is readers like us, we don't want to get out of that world, so we just keep on expanding and building up that world, and we just give these characters life. And the third pro, as a result of this one, which I think is very much important, certain of the famous characters, main characters that are so much beloved by the fandom, they just basically become immortal. Okay, we are going to the love is contagious when it comes to reading, and we just try to spread and make more people read those books, and obviously the fandom is going to grow big, and the characters are basically going to become immortal, because once you die, the next generation of fans are going to be alive, and they are going to make the next generation of fandoms to come into life, and it's going to be a ever-growing circle which will make the world as well as the characters basically immortal. Coming to the cons, I don't think there are like many cons when it comes to fanfiction, because it's just imagination, right? So most of the times people don't imagine bad things, they just imagine good things. There are like two things which I like to discuss. One thing is that some characters are not represented as they are in fanfiction from the original series. For example, there might be characters from different races, different sexualities and stuff, but while they are displayed in fanfiction, some people, what they do is, in order to make the characters likable for themselves, they just go ahead and change the original original traits of the characters. For example, they just whitewash or straightwash the characters. Every character need not be white, and every character need not be straight. They can be in various colors, they can have different interests in their life, so that needs to be portrayed as such. Certain fanfiction doesn't deal with that, so that's a big con. The next one is that hate. Okay, if you don't like a fanfiction, you just go and start clashing and fighting like Twitter. Okay, and I don't like that. It's not a healthy culture, if you ask me. These are the cons, but I think it's very easy to cut off these cons and concentrate more on the pros, because the cons don't happen that much when it comes to fanfiction. I like that a lot. Okay, that's all for today, and I enjoyed making this video. So if you did enjoy, do let me know down in the comments below. And there are also multiple things which I have missed when it comes to fanfiction. I'd like to have a conversation with you guys, so please do comment so that I can interact with you people. That's all for today. If you did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.